opposite. So that's 1 over the square root of u squared minus 1, and then I have the u prime. So then in the book, you'll just see it written as a single fraction, 1 over. And for some reason, and I don't know why, the u has to have absolute value bars around it. I just don't remember why. So we're just going to throw those on there. And then the square root of u squared minus 1 times u prime. So add that to your blue sheet for the inverse secant derivative. And that's it. I just took you through 3 of them. I'll write down the steps that I went through. So the first thing you do is eliminate the inverse, and you do that by taking the whatever inverse function it is, you do the full function on both sides that doesn't have the inverse. Then that'll cancel those out. Then sketch your triangle. Find the missing side with Pythagorean theorem. After that, take the derivative on both sides. And on both sides you'll have a prime, a y prime and a u prime. Solve for the y prime. Get y prime by itself. Simplify if needed. Then use your substitute for the y's, get your ratios from the triangle. So let's see. Substitute. Let's substitute for y using ratios from the triangle you drew earlier. Okay. So you'll have a partner or two tomorrow, and you'll be doing the other 3 functions. Inverse sine, inverse, which ones did I do? Inverse tangent, and inverse cosecant, I believe. Okay, and the inverse cosecant is the only other one that's going to have this little absolute value business with it. So when you see that u hanging by itself in your problem, just try to remember to put the absolute value on. I probably won't mark that wrong if you forget that, because I don't even really know where it came from. All right, then after your quiz, I'm just going to give you a couple of them to try. I'm going to save the tricky ones for day 2. But just to see if you can use your derivatives, they're pretty easy. So we'll call this example 1 and only 1. If I had y equals inverse secant of 5x, and I want to do the derivative. Well, the rule we just came up with it, is 1 over absolute value of u times the square root of u squared minus 1. And the u is this right here. This is the u. So following that pattern, it is 1 over absolute value of u, which is absolute value of 5x, times the square root of u squared, that's 5x squared, minus 1, and then times the derivative of the u is 5. And then it's just a little bit of simplifying in here. Here, this absolute value of 5x, if you remember from algebra, you can break that apart into the absolute value of 5 times the absolute value of x. Because what happens is the 5 here cancels the 5 here. Because absolute value of 5 is 5, these cancel. And then I just got to square this under here. So I've got 1 over absolute value of x, and then that'll be square root of, squaring both, that'll be 25x squared minus 1. And that's it. The assignment for after your quiz is going to be page 151, 13 to 21 odd, and I believe it's skip 17, I think. Let me double check real quick and make sure that's the one with the fraction in it. 4, 5. Yes, skipping 17. Okay, that's it.